Good morning, it's day 141. Today can go one of a couple of different ways. One of the ways is a 16.6 mile day to whatever shelter is 16.6 miles away. And if I pull a day like that, I might catch up to one or two familiar faces, I don't know. I imagine that I'm about a half day behind some people I know that I've hiked with before, but plan B, and probably the more likely plan, is that I'll hike 12 miles, 11 point change, and go into the town of Pawling and either get a room or camp at the public campsite there. Mainly because I am down to the last fumes of my batteries, and that's the only reason I need to go into town, or I'll just be dead for the next 2 days before I get into the town where my box is. I feel like there's like a permanent haze on my selfie lens, or both lenses for that matter. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I just finished a lunch break. I'm 4 miles in, 6.5 miles or so to go if I'm going to hitch into Pawling. Gosh. I don't know what else to share. So this is Nuclear Lake, according to Far Out, according to my unnamed resources. It got the name because there was a nuclear research facility nearby that was shut down in, like, I don't know, the early 70s after an accident. Accordingly, it says the lake is safe, but don't drink the water. So, safe for what? I don't know. Safe to hike past, I suppose. It sure is pretty, though. Oh, that was something large. I do know I've seen footage of people swimming in it, but since I'm perpetually hiking alone, the whole social activity of swimming in random lakes is not really on my itinerary for the day. I wonder if they mow this little path, or if it's just some grass that doesn't really grow long, like a turf grass or something. It looks mowed to me, but I don't know. curious about these rock walls. Seems like whenever I see them, it's near a corner, and occasionally I'll even see a third side fairly close by, which suggests that these are fairly small plots sometimes, and that they're in the middle of the woods. So I wonder if, you know, back in colonial times or whatever, these were farm plots that were like small acreages, and it was before the woods grew in or something, because why would you divide up woodland like that other than with corner markers or on a map or something, or a fence that would something, I don't know, because usually the rock walls are built from removing the rocks from usually, I don't know what I'm talking about, but one would think rock walls are built from removing the rocks from trying to create a field that's plowable or something like that, and then also then using the rocks to delineate the edge of the property. But yeah, I've just been countless of these rock walls in the middle of the woods. Well, I stopped in here to get water, but I mean, the water is right next to the AT on the side trail to the shelter, but there did not appear to be water to be gotten, but I stepped all the way down to the shelter anyway just to check it out and make my plans for the rest of the day. I think I'm going to try to go to Tony's Deli. Tony's, is that right? Which is 0.7 off trail on the road to Pawling, but Pawling's like 3 miles. I didn't realize it was that far down. Lens quality looks awful right now. I don't know what the deal is. But they have camping on site. I don't know if I'll be able to set up a hammock there, but they have camping and charging and food. So there's a gas station next door too for like snacks and sodas and what have you. So I'm gonna do that. I think that'll be it for the day. It looks like it may rain from 5 o'clock onward, potentially. Heard some thunder off in the distance just now, so I was checking that out too. But I'm on the last like 5% of my battery, so that might be the end of my footage for the day. I've got 3 miles of hiking still. Thereabouts 4, I guess, 4 miles if you count all the way to the deli. See you soon, intrepid viewer. Shoot, here we're back at the creek. Well, I think that's the famous Dover oak. No signs or nothing, but, and again, it's not even mentioned on far out, but lens flare again. So that's like a 7-foot diameter trunk right there.
Nice to meet you. Are you through hiking as well?
I am. I'm just life pack right now.
Nice.
I have Lyme disease too, so
Gotcha.
it really hurts.
Checking out your rig. So now that I have a little bit of charge on my phone, I can tell the story of what happened. I got off the trail at Highway 22, which goes into Pawling, with the intention of just walking 0.7 miles to the deli, and then to figure out what the camping situation is at the deli. Well, as soon as I get on the road, a guy in a 4Runner pulls over and offers me a ride to wherever I'm going. So then I'd think, well, might as well go all the way into the town of Pawling then if I've got a ride. Because I had read on Far Out that the town park allows camping, so we went to the Edward R. Murrow Park, and turns out the Edward R. Murrow Park is a mile outside of town, and not a lot of tree options for hammocking. And I was kind of hoping to be able to step into town for some restaurant food and maybe hit CVS or dollar store or something like that. So, and I'm the only person here. Once again, I would have thought there would be a little bit of a trail scene, but nobody's using this spot. So this is the upper pavilion. I don't think it's gonna rain, but what I decided to do is hang out here, set up at the upper pavilion, which is this. None of the outlets really work here, so I plugged in some of my charging battery banks in the bathroom. I may go down there in a little bit and put the second one on there and just leave them there all night. And so anyway, spend the night here, eat dinner, all that. And then hike into town in the morning, which is 1 mile, and then see if I can figure out a way to get a ride from there. And that way I only have to walk that mile into town once. Well, here is my setup for the night. I don't have to bother with a tarp because I'm under the pavilion. And it's still probably an hour of light, maybe 45 minutes. This is the view of the upper pavilion at the Edward R. Murrow Town Park of Pawling. The view is gorgeous.